What's going on, y'all? You know what I'm saying? We in here, man. Get ready to get this thing going on. You tuned in to one of the most valuables crib. Nah, let me take that back. The most valuables crib on the planet Earth. Here to do this reaction video for y'all, man. Let's get into it, man. This is I believe it's that just Pearly, man. You know, she been I've been kind of seeing her a little bit, man. You know, so I just thought, man, let's go ahead and do a reaction a little bit. Cause you know, I'm not too familiar with her, but I just seen a couple things of her in the past, man. And we gonna see what she on, man. Let's see what she on.
If you've had something in the past, some people carry from their past relationship, this person did this to me, so they see that sign in you, they assume. But I think we need to be a bit more open with trauma. Everyone's got things that they...
No, we don't.
No,
we don't.
You're just giving excuses.
You're giving excuses for what you did. There's no reason why if you meet me, I need to start being open to your trauma. No one asked you to deal
No,
with...
but-
Hold on. No one asked you to deal with guys that are going to give you trauma. Now you expect me to be to be some type of therapist. I'm the man. That's not my job to be a therapist to fix guys that you shouldn't have got with in the first place. I think it's you're putting things onto men that men don't actually need to deal with. I'm just supposed to be a good man. That I don't need to be your therapist and to fix why this guy did this to you and did that to you.
I mean, you're sounding like...
I disagree with this one because you are a therapist. You know, you a lot of things to your woman. You know, you the heartbeat. You the things that make this go. That's your help me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, because the psychology mattered, because her psychology, you know, is going to dictate her performance when it's time to be your help me and getting things done. So yes, you are a therapist. You are a lot of things to that woman. So man, you're going to have to accept that. You just can't be no asshole. You know what I'm saying? You definitely, when you deal with a woman, right, you taking on her problems, right? So say for instance, you understand me, that if you're dealing with a woman with kids, right, guess what? You dealing with a woman with kids. So you dealing with them kids, right? You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to deal with certain things that come with that woman, then you shouldn't deal with that woman at all. Because then when you sign up to deal with that woman, then whatever comes with that woman, you're going to have to deal with. So, man, if you don't want to deal with certain things, then just don't deal with her. Don't waste your time or her time. Come on, let's get back to it.
Somebody that's experienced some really toxic women, because because seriously, because it's coming across that way. Because I'm almost feeling an attack. I'm gonna lie, I've just come and sat here. You know, I tried to catch in what the subject was, but there's a bare aggression in the way you.
He's not aggressive. He's just being honest. And what he's saying is that, like, why should the men of the future have to pay for your past? So if you had, and I'm not saying you did, I know not all girls did, but this is just a common thing that men tell me. And then, like, if you had toxic boyfriend, toxic ex, bad boy, and then you get in this new relationship and you dump all of that onto the new guy, why does he have to deal with that?
Yeah, no one should have to deal with that. However, you come with your own things as well. Everyone comes with their own things. I feel like it's about how people unpack it. I think once you know what those things are, it's not to go to the new person that you're seeing, oh, this has happened to me and you better not do this to me. Do you get what I mean? It's about everybody has their things.
So my thing is this, right? It gets to me when women automatically, when a man speaks, you start trying to put all this aggression, all these types of things. It's not that. Please, we need to stop this, because it's a tactic that women use all the time, especially on here. It's a shaming tactic. That as soon as a man speaks about something, you start talking about aggression and all these types of things. We need to really stop it, because that's not what's going on here. But I have to pull it up, because
I always say, listen to people's words.
Yeah, listen to my words. Don't listen to the tone, because what tends to happen is you use the tone and use the tone to take away from the actual message,
the actual point.
So like, there's no aggression here, there's no animosity, there's nothing. But literally what I'm saying is, women tend to go and do this, and we have experienced this. And as men, we're trying to speak and tell you of our experiences, and we speak in a way that men speak. Whenever we do, we're shamed for it.
Okay, that's a natural response for you, right? I think it's important, you know, when you're talking about women that get run through by bad boys and whatnot.
I mean, I can agree with that, but a woman gonna be in her feelings regardless. So even if you just gave her the most coldest game, the most coldest speech, man, ever, she's still gonna look about how you presented it. When I deal with women, man, all the time, man, sometimes my presentation be a little harsh. They don't You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say you gotta watch your presentation. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people ain't gonna be able to, you know, be responsive, receptive to your message if you don't know how to work on your presentation. So just because you're a man doesn't mean that you have to work on your presentation. If you're gonna be a leader, right, you got to be able to reach your followers. So you got to be able to present certain things to your followers, and your followers may be able to take on certain things. So the way my aggressive nature to my follower on this side, they may be receptive, but I might just have to be just a little bit more, you know, softer in my presentation with this follower, or they won't be able to receive the message. So you got to learn how, you know, your followers, you know, your helpmeets be able to take certain messages. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to reach the masses. You got to be able to reach them. So yeah, man, y'all got to learn that, man. So that's why, you know what I mean, all this red pill stuff, man, I be disagreeing with a lot of that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, right, it's kind of common sense. But as we go along, man, and as we grow in this channel, I'm going to show y'all how it's common sense.
I think it's important to remember that there are women that choose those people. Like, I have a ex-friend, and that was her thing. Like, she wants the hood boy, she wants the gangster, she wants the trapper. And then there's women that never see that part of them and fall in, become attracted to like the sensitivity that they may see in a man, but then he turns out to be a
You still chose it.
Emily, let me ask you.
a bad.
Women know. We know deep down. Like, I just don't buy it when girls say, "Oh, I was bamboozled one day." No, you weren't. Come on.
Yeah, no, I
Let me ask you. When you
definitely
said
was.
do sensitive guys attract women? Because you said that you attracted to the sensitivity of a guy.
Yeah.
Do sensitive men attract women generally?
Yeah, one day, me and you might actually sit down with my ex that I ended in court with. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, super abusive. It was horrible, and he turned out to be he's a lovely guy now. We're friends. But
You're friends with
You're
an
friends with an
abuser?
abusive ex.
yes, I am, because I'm a quality woman who understands like the trauma that people have been through and understand why certain things happen and help them to progress and stop perpetuating negative cycles. But anyway, I fell for him based on a fight that happened on a.
That don't make no sense. See, you women be doing that loosely. You friends with your abuser? If you was abused, then you wasn't abused. See, what's your definition of abuse? You know what I'm saying? Do you know what an abuse is? And you're friends with your abuser? Man, be careful, man. Especially with this type of woman, man. They'll go ahead, man, and slander your name, man. They'll put you down, man. That didn't make no sense, y'all. That did not make no sense, y'all. You friends with your abuser. Yes, I'm agree. You like, what? Come on, man. Let's resume.
Bus, and his care to the little boy and the old man that were like caught up in it is what made me look back and then start a conversation with him.
Right.
I had no idea he was a bad boy. He was a super like chubby Asian boy, like nerdy looking, whatever.
Right.
And it was after months of really like sweet conversations and whatnot. There was no inkling. There was no red flag that this could be a bad guy. In fact, there was plenty green flags, that would show me that he's a lovely, which is very common in abusive men.
So don't you think someone who's too emotional is more likely to be an abuser?
Yeah, and that's something that I now identify after the years.
Because they don't know how to control their emotions.
Exactly. So I think it's really important that we don't kind of, you knew, because it's not as clean
how long?
cut as
So
that.
it was about 6 months, you said, before he started to show signs.
The first like proper abuse was after like 9 months.
After 9 months, and then how long did it go on for that?
For 3 years.
For 3 years, and then you took him to court.
No, a police officer drove past as he punched me into a bush. An undercover police officer drove past. They jumped out and took him. They didn't need me because they witnessed it. I'm not a snitch.
But this is where I don't understand. You say you didn't know, but he wasn't abusive for 9 months, and then you knew for 3, and you stayed.
I was a child, and that's why I've been through so much therapy to make sure that I don't.
How old were you?
Let's not, because it's.
How old?
I can't. No. Like, let's not. Yeah.
Because the reason why you said you was a child, so we need to know how old to.
I'm saying it was then. So when someone says to
what's
me,
the age?
You stayed. Yeah, I didn't know.
What's the age? How old is you?
We're not doing that, baby.
But the point is that doesn't sound honest because you did know if you stayed longer. You stayed for 3 years.
No,
you were there for.
I knew, but I'm saying how I became his girlfriend. Before me becoming his girlfriend, the courting, the initial period, there were no signs. It was after I was his girlfriend, I was his. Then he was relaxed. Do you understand?
I was with you.
I
was with you, yeah, until you said, "Oh, I was young," and then I asked you how old you was, and you won't tell me. See, that sounds disingenuous to me because the rest of the
I said to Sarah, I would love if we could have a conversation.
We don't have to. We're just in the age.
No, this came about from me suggesting a talk with him present. Do you understand?
No.
So all the disingenuous.
So do you think that as an abuser, as you're saying that he would actually say,
Liar.
"Yes, I was an abuser." And this is why.
Oh, I don't think about that. Yeah, obviously I'd have to ask it, but
I'm just saying because you're saying you want to sit down and like.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting and important because when I hear people speak in a certain way, I think it can be quite dangerous because think of all the women or men that might be in a situation or whatever. And when you feel like you're chastised, oh, you knew, deal with it. Like, no, that's not the case. There are people
I didn't say deal with it.
I know you didn't. Sorry, I shouldn't have added that in there. But for someone that has, been in a situation where they have just dealt with it, when someone says, oh, you knew, you should, do you know what I mean? Oh, but you stayed for 3 years. I think it's important.
But do you see how that looks to the outside? Like, if we look at you and say, like, for instance, if I'm coming home for 3 years and as soon as I walk in the door, someone's punching me in my face.
There's lots of things you need to think about. But I'm just saying. I was living by myself. I had got stayed like squatting. I'd done like living in a foster home. Like I was not in touch with my immediate family at that point.
So you were kind of, you're saying you were isolated.
There's a lot to consider for you to be able to understand that I don't really think is appropriate to unpack here and now.
Okay,
but if we use if we think a little bit,
Sorry, Sarah, I don't think it's fair to start something and then don't give us the full story.
Yeah.
And then
You making excuses. You was old enough. You chose to stay. You made a poor decision. I ain't trying to hear none of that. You knew he been, you know what I'm saying, was physical with you. You chose to stay. And that's a lot of women. They be choosing to stay, man. A lot of the trauma that we experience as human beings, we bring that on ourselves. We've been seeing red flags. We chose to ignore it. So that's, you know what I mean? So we get what will come, and then all of a sudden we don't want to go ahead and live life because we experienced trauma that we brought on ourselves. All right. Let's resume.
You tried to speak about it, you said it's not fair to unpack it. So what I would say is this: end of the day is you still pick that guy. You chose to be with that guy for 3 years, no matter what. Wherever it was, you still chose to make that decision. Do you have any brothers?
Yes.
Did you tell your brothers?
No.
So, okay, once again, so you had men in your family that could have dealt with this scenario, but you chose not to go and do it. Hold on a second. Because I got 3 sisters, yeah? And my sisters would know any type of man that disrespects them, that I would get the call. You chose not to call your brothers. You chose to put yourself in something for 3 years. Yeah. And then now, when you come on here, you also said you was young. I asked you how old you was. You don't want to let us...
I don't need to
Okay, but that lets me know you wasn't...
That's not the point of what
you know what? No, because that lets me know you wasn't young. You're using it as a cop-out.
I just said I would invite him to talk with Sarah.
So we don't.
So I don't.
Sorry.
Sorry. I think you need to remember there was I was prompted to mention something that was helping me to make clarity on another point. You're now like going in this spiral rabbit hole.
I'm not. I'm just trying to.
Sorry, babe. Sorry,
okay.
It's not. Don't think I'm. I'm willing to talk to you like.
You're not, because I just asked you how old you was.
I've signed a contract where it's not edited, so I'm saying respectfully, I don't mind sitting off camera with you and chopping it up.
Okay, cool.
Like I began the story with. I would sit down with Sarah and speak openly. I really don't appreciate what you're trying to make out. It's not that.
But the point he's making is like, I wouldn't say I was young and then get mad when someone said how young.
I didn't get mad. I just.
But I'm saying like that's the point.
Do you know
he's
why?
making.
Because I don't know I can't. I've got really, really bad PTSD. Years and stuff. If I go to the doctor and they ask me what year was this operation, whatnot, I can't give the exact year. If I'm on camera now and I say it was 2000 and whatever, and then it's not. Do you understand? It's not that there's any disingenuous. If you want me to,
Emily, I hear you, but
contact-
it's like, but even when you say this, it's like you don't remember what you.
Like
Had.
it's just you brought up the story. I didn't make you bring it up, and then
I'm not
so
saying
I'm
you
saying it's
did.
just
Oh my
it gets
God.
confusing when you bring up a story and then we ask questions and you're like, oh no, I can't. I'm just telling you how it comes across. I don't know you.
I don't mind how it comes across because I know my reasons for not wanting to say the year. I will Instagram him now and ask, what year did I get with you?
Okay.
Like, I don't understand what so.
You don't need to do that.
What's so
What
is
is going on right now? Can't bond anytime
Like,
soon.
some kind of lie.
No,
like, I
did
don't
you?
understand.
So you was together for 3 years. Did you celebrate any birthdays together?
understand.
You must remember one birthday
Yeah,
you celebrated. So just whatever birthday you celebrated, that's how old you was. Count back. And that's it. So I'm not asking you how. The only reason why I'm saying it is because a lot of times women come up here and say I'm
When
young.
this happens, the whole point's been missed.
No.
I don't even remember why this came. Like, do you know what I mean? You
basically,
we're sharing stuff.
Emily,
that, like,
Emily. What I'm trying to say is, a lot of times people come up on here and they say I was young and they try to use it as an excuse.
No, I was young.
Oh, okay, cool. But then we ask you how old you was. You negate to tell us, fine. But at what point? When are you responsible as an adult? If you're talking 16,
Exactly.
okay, wait. If you're talking 16, we'll talk young. If you're talking 18,
No,
potentially.
it's before. It's like one of my first boyfriends.
So you're talking 13?
I've unfortunately been in
13? You're talking 13?
I'm not talking 13, bro.
then-
Seriously.
One at a time, guys. One at a time.
Like,
One at a time.
I'm not. I don't have anything to hide in terms of my relationship. I'm pretty open. Like, I've been doing podcasts about sex and relationships and whatnot. I'm open. I'm an open book. You don't know me from Adam, but I live in my truth. The ugly. There's a lot of ugly, and I can't even remember the point of why I even brought up that moment of my life, because it's just been like, I feel like we've just gone down
Spiraled.
a rabbit hole. Yeah, like, it's weird.
Well,
Yeah, she was lying, y'all. She was lying. You ain't got no PTSD. If you had that PTSD, man, why you ain't sit over there and say that the first time? You know what I mean? That's your reasoning for that. Nah, man, you came up with all them excuses because they wasn't going with your BS. So they was calling you out on your BS. So you was getting defensive. You know what I mean? And you was mad that they wanted to dig deeper. You shouldn't have opened up your mouth if you didn't want to expose that. Talking about the young. See, that's that's an excuse talking about you young. No, you old enough. I'm pretty sure she was old enough to make their home decisions. You was old enough to do this. You was old enough to do that. So you was old enough, and you need to be old enough to take accountability. But we know a lot of women don't take accountability, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's just not in their DNA that take accountability. You understand me? But you know what I'm saying? She brought that on herself. She stood and she chose to be in an abusive relationship. So anything that she's, like I said, any suffering that she's going through during and after is because of her. All it should take is one time. Should no woman be sitting through no abuse of a relationship? But you know what I'm saying? If you continue to do, it's not a choice. It's a choice. You know what I'm saying? And if the cops caught him going upside your head, then that means, you know what I'm saying, he done did that plenty of times before. You know what I'm saying? He was comfortable to continue to keep doing that. So he's been doing that probably a little bit before the timeline that she said. But it's all good, though. I mean, I ain't saying it's all good to get beat on, because should no woman get beat on, should no man be getting beat on, you know what I'm saying, in being in an abusive relationship, though. But you got to accept accountability, man, for your actions, though. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you hop on the platform, especially since you be talking about stuff in this nature. So be real, you know what I mean? You may be helping the young lady out, man, who's in a situation to go ahead and gather some strength to be able to leave, you know? She may really like him and don't want to leave, you know what I'm saying? But she shouldn't be going through that, you know what I'm saying? So this is what it is, man. But yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. We up out of here.